Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone got the Fasnacht rewards that you were looking for. This video I'm going to show you how to max out your caps and even get some Fasnacht masks that you missed out on. You're going to go from living in Junktown to moving into the 10-penny tower. Now let's rack up those caps. Starting off, you can get 1,400 caps every day just by selling to the robot vendors. I'm close to the 40k cap limit right now, so I'm going to buy a recall card just to bring my caps down. Normally part of the purchase would be available in the vendor's budget, but because the vendor's already at 1,400, it doesn't go up. But if you buy and sell repeatedly, you can make more than 1,400 just because the vendor will have a portion of your purchase available for you to resell them items. There are a lot of items with fairly high vendor value and low utilization, like you're not going to probably use them. So I typically sell serums or purified water. If you're not doing raids, purified water is a lot easier to stock up on. And this 1,400 caps resets every day, so be sure to take advantage every time you play. Besides the vendor robots, don't forget about your player vendor. Items that have low vendor bot value but are useful or they're rare, like the Fasnacht plans, will typically sell well in your player vendor. Particularly new items. So Fasnacht this year introduced flower box plans. Those are more valuable than plans that were in previous events just because there's been less of them in the market. So you want to hold on to these plans and check online forums for prices on the popular ones, and we'll get into where to check that later in the video. For less popular ones, you're just going to have to wing it. Usually you can get at least 1,000 or 5,000 caps for rarer plans, and you'll get a few hundred for more common ones. New plans like the flower boxes or really rare ones are going to be usually trade only, but we'll get into that later in the video. The Cap Collector perk card was recently reworked and is much better than before. So now it scales the amount of caps you get based on your luck. So if you run this in your regular build, you're going to hit max caps before you know it. This next section I'm going to show you the amount of caps you're typically getting without the perk card, and I'm going to compare what you're going to get when you're using the perk card. Alright, so without the perk card, we're seeing that I'm getting between 2 and 10 caps from most super mutants. Once I put the perk card on, that's when we go to the 13 to 20 cap range, and I got some spikes over 30 caps. So it might not seem like much, but it does add up quickly, and you are seeing in the 10 to 20 range more frequently than you see without the perk card. Alright, so now we're at the point where the 40 cap limit, it's too easy to hit, right? And a lot of items are worth way more than caps. So how exactly does that work? It's not like you can just have more caps than 40,000. So after this point, we're going to get into player trading. And when you're buying items that are valued over the cap limit, you're going to be trading other valuable items instead of caps. So most items that are more valuable than caps are going to be apparel items and rare plans. So apparel is basically the Fallout 76 endgame. It's like Fashion 76, which is why you'll see people going crazy over the Fasnacht mask. And the rare plans are also something people go after, but not as hardcore as the apparel items. I'm going to show you how to find the value of these items and how to trade for them. It's not an exact science, so your mileage is going to vary. Whenever you're trading with other players, you want to follow the guidelines of whatever forums you're using to avoid getting scammed. The trade system is not good. It requires a level of trust. If you're not careful, you could get scammed. If you're not comfortable with whoever you're talking to, then don't do the trade. They could just take your item and you get stuck with nothing. So we're going to move on into how you can trade. But again, it's at your own risk. Your mileage may vary. Alright, so I'm on Reddit here, searching for the value of a glowing unicorn mask. Here I can see all of the recent trade posts, and it gives me a good idea of what I would need to have if I wanted to trade for a glowing unicorn mask. The values are going to vary by platform, and not all of these trades actually end up happening, so it takes time to research the proper value. You need to look at each trade, see if they actually went through or not. Now I have some extra Gatling Plasma mod plans, so I made my own post for the new glowing mask for 2025. So if you're searching, my post might come up, and you would see that this trade actually went through. So if you want one of these new masks, you might want to look up a YouTube video on how to farm the Gatling Plasma mod plans, link in the description, or any other rare item that you see being traded for whatever you're trying to get. There are a lot of rare items in the game, but they're rare for a reason. You gotta understand that the drop rate for these rare items are very low, which is why they're valuable. So keep in mind the value of your own time spent getting the items when you're making the trade. When you come to a trade agreement, some forums offer middleman services for secure trades, or if you feel comfortable, you can trade directly. So I would always offer the middleman option when negotiating. I find this scares off most scammers. They don't want to go that route, so they just stop engaging. Once you're on the server with the person you're trading with, typically one of you will drop your item, the other will pick it up, and then drop their item. If you're using a middleman, you'll drop it, the middleman will pick it up, the other person will drop theirs, the middleman will pick up theirs, and the middleman will verify both items match, and then they'll do the trade from the middleman. So again, requires some trust. Once both people have their item, then the trade is completed and you're good to go. Now you have all the knowledge that you need to capitalize the wasteland. I'm going to see you in Tenpenny Towers. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know in the comments if you made any good trades or any bad ones. Thanks again for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. It really does give me the motivation to keep making videos, and I'll catch you again next time.